Hello, people of the internet. Today we're making history together because I finally received this little board, and then I received this board that failed shortly after. I dropped this about 3 feet off the table down on a soft plastic floor, and the socket fell off. And when I received this, it wouldn't even work because the solder it's inappropriate. It's a very low temp solder, and it's brittle, and as you can see here, no further proof necessary. But I'm in direct contact with the manufacturer, the developer, the designer of this thing, so he's going to be switching to a different solder right away. We're going to forget about the quality issues because this is like a prototype phase. So, but it's already working, and you can already buy it. In fact, that's exactly what I did. The only issue that I had was solder related. Now, what this thing is, in conjunction with this, is basically all that we needed to fix memory sticks, such as this one. This is a DDR5 memory that was donated to me a while back, probably a few months ago, because I was unable to get it fixed. 2 sticks came in. One was working, and the other one was not working. So I took all the measurements that I could. I even had some of the chips here I had replaced because I had some issues. I couldn't understand why there were no voltages supplied to the chip. As soon as the PC would boot, you could see it on the thermal camera. The chips would light up. They would start glowing on a working memory stick, but on a broken one they would not. I had rebuilt every single memory chip. I measured everything out. Everything checked out identical. So the way this works is, this is like a motherboard, and this is a daughter board. So he did this to save the cost instead of making this board too big and bulky and whatnot. So a separate board. You get you plug this thing in here. You insert your memory card into here, or either one of these slots, or two different slots, DDR4, DDR5. We're not supporting registered DDR5 yet. I don't know if it's probably going to be a separate daughter board for this. It's just a difference between the in the middle section here. Everything else is more or less the same, I would imagine. I mean, this thing is like, it's beautiful. The design of this is just beautiful. He's even got a QR code that you can download the program for. It's on GitHub. I think it's open source. He also he just gave me a compiled version for those of us who are nowhere near as smart as this guy is. But regardless, we're making history today, and so the previously broken memory is in here. I still have a red tag on it that it was not working, and all I had to do is I had to open up his software, and I simply clicked on one of them red boxes that was supposed to unlock something or change the write state, and then click write, and it wrote. And who knows if this so let's see if the computer will boot, and if computer will boot with this. Dang it. Hear it out. Yeah, you're hearing it. It's not booting, so that doesn't work. Okay, let me force shut down. We just made a history slop. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to take out this memory thing, and I'm going to go to the computer and see what else I can possibly do to this memory stick. I'm going to go ahead and try to flash this chip, this memory card, with the firmware that I got off of this one. It could be corrupted. I don't know. So see if that works, and if it doesn't, then I'm gonna have to do some more of that black magic that his software is finally giving us the ability to do. All right, so I'm not exactly sure where I am at in this repair, but I have this thing here that had 2 memory chips that were shorted, so obviously I was unable to fix it. And on this one, it cannot read the SPD. I do not know why. And I think they have the exact same SPD chip on both boards. So I'm going to take this one out and take the SPD chip from this one here. It looks about the same, 5118. Yeah. And hopefully that will be it. I'm not 100% confident, actually, to be honest, that this particular SPD chip is supported by the software or by the firmware. I'm not sure, but that might be due to the bad board or the chip that came from China was bad. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm gonna take this seemingly working good SPD chip. I mean, this should be good because it came from a physically damaged board, and I'm going to move it over on my different DIMM stick, and hopefully that's all this is. And if not, if it's gonna give me exact same problems, then we're having issue with supporting this particular SPD chip, which isn't that big of a deal. Eventually it will all be supported. So none of the other memory sticks gave me any trouble. This is the only one that uses this stupid chip. So let's try to replace it, see what changes. Okay, that looks good. Just gonna touch up the edges just to make sure. There we go, looks absolutely flawless. Okay, let's cool this thing down, and hopefully this is it. I already have a working dump from a working board, so if this chip will work on this board, then I will be able to take it and reflash it with a dump that came from the identical memory stick, and everybody should be happy. Alright, let's plug it in, see what it does. Switch over to desktop, and here goes nothing. Are we connected to the flasher? Yes. Okay, so it should detect the module. If it does, we're good to go. And it does not detect. Yeah, it says that we have power good, so we can either reboot the DIMM if we needed to. And the results right now, because of this stupid SPD support, the results are not consistent. So it's, like I said, it's all in the development phase. There are a few bugs here and there that need to be worked out. Okay, there we go, successfully connected. Yeah, it's not detecting the chip, not detecting the SPD, and even the PMIC is giving us problems because of that. So yep, so that didn't help. I do have several different PMIC brands that or the SPD chip brands that I can try and solder them on and see if I can get this thing to work. And I've already fixed both memory sticks that the customer sent previously, so all of them work. And using that software, I was able to verify everything and make sure that everything's working. So let's wait for the SPD chips and solder them on and see what changes. Or alternatively, what I can do is I can steal one of the chips that I got in here. For example, this is the memory stick that I use for my DDR5 station. It's a slightly different one, as you can see here. But I think that we can steal that. Yeah, I know this one's supported 100%. So let's go and steal that chip. I mean, why wait? We want to get to the bottom of this. So we're going to steal that and solder it onto our non-working board. And hopefully software will finally be able to read it. Okay, that one goes out. And this one here goes in. Different manufacturer, but it should be analog. Not exactly sure with all the specs, but I think Grok or Gemini told me that this should work. So I don't see a reason why it wouldn't. Alright, that looks beautiful. So while this thing cools down, I'm gonna go and solder this one here back where it belongs, hoping that we will get support for this eventually. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, it looks like it's just this one chip that's giving us some compatibility issues. Every other module worked, but every other module or the memory stick or the DIMM had a different chip. So it was either this, where is it? It was either this or something else. So, and they all worked except for this one. And this one is a G-Skill, I believe. So maybe G-Skill has something going on. Or Corsair. This is Dominator. Yeah, this is a Dominator. So it's Corsair. So who knows, maybe Corsair got something going on that we don't know about. No idea. Alright, so let's plug this thing in. See if it's detecting the chip. Oh, look at that! Alright, perfect. So yeah, power good, everything's good. We are good. Let's go ahead and we can read this. We don't really need this, so we don't care. I'm gonna go ahead and load the BIOS real quick, or the dump. And this is going to be Corsair Dominator Platinum. Yep, so we need SPD. See, I have two PMIC and SPD dumps. If we see view all files, we can visually verify that this is indeed the memory card, the memory stick that we're working on. So let's take the SPD open that, and we're going to write. Hopefully that goes through. Okay, successfully. Let's verify. Verification passed. PMIC. We can read that. I think the PMICs are all the same. I'm not exactly sure 100% on this one. So we're done here. Let's check and see if this stick actually works. That today, guys, we're making a history today. Maybe in some other parts of the world, like in China, they already have this covered, but not here in the US. At the very least, it's not readily available to anyone, because I tried to get into this months ago, and I found zero information about this. And so I started going around on my Discord, and then one guy was like, hey, I can do this kind of stuff, and I'm still a student, you know. So I told him, dude, you're gonna get rich. I don't know if he's gonna get rich, but whatever. All right, hopefully he'll get rich. I mean, who doesn't want to get rich? Okay, let's plug this thing in. See if it boots. All right, here goes nothing. We're gonna see an image on the screen if the motherboard, if the PC will actually boot with this stick. So let's see. Gonna have to wait a few seconds. It should show us like a 32 gigabyte or something on the screen. Okay, we're about to get initialized, and give me one happy beep. Yes, one happy beep. Check it out, 32 gigs. Holy cow, DDR5, ladies and gentlemen. All right, turn this thing off. This is absolutely amazing. I did not expect this thing to be fixed so easily. Well, granted, I had to pay a couple of $100 for the tool with all the shipping from Hungary, and you know, it's just problems with DHL, and then some import taxes came along with it. It wasn't too bad. It was like a $20 or something. But dude, how much does this thing cost? How many of them can you fix? How much do you charge to fix this versus the amount of money that you're going to be paying for this tool? Now, I think I paid about a couple of $100. I don't know what the price is going to be later. It might go up, might go down. I have no idea. It depends on usually the higher the demand, the lower the price. So, and plus he still has to work out some of the quirks, like I said, with the soldering stuff and the software and firmware updates and whatnot. So all of this takes time. All of this takes resources. He was the one that went to school, study all of this, not me. So, you know, me paying him to do all this kind of work that allows me to make money off of this stuff, why not? I think that's what should happen to everyone who is inventing some sort of a device that makes my job easier, so that I can do my job quicker, more efficient, with higher success rate. And so I am more than happy to pay for something like this. And even if there's a project like this that needs support, I am more than happy to send out money to support the development and whatnot. As a matter of fact, just recently, someone showed me a board viewer. I like to show it to you guys. This board viewer is absolutely freaking incredible. This right here. This is called Nexus Board Viewer. It's on Telegram. I will probably link that in the description somewhere. This is basically the good old board viewer that we all know and love, with the exception of it's just so smooth. It's so nice. It's got net, fine parts, all sorts of things. And it even has layer view. Guys, you can view layers. No longer are we bound to using a stupid piece of garbage called T-Bow. Though I'm not exactly sure how that works. So if I click here, okay, so if I click here, it shows me where the layers go, where they connect. Dude, this is freaking incredible. So yeah, and we can switch the layers and see where they actually go. Let's see. It's still in the early stage of its development, obviously. The one thing I'd like to see here, oh, I can actually select the trace. Holy cow, that's interesting. Oh, and it shows me where it goes on the back. Yes, I don't know. I thought you couldn't select the trace, but you can. You just have to be in the right layer, I guess, or you have to select the part to which the layer is connected, and then you'll able to connect. Then you'll be able to select that layer. Interesting. Okay, so no, is that how it works? Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. So I have to figure this out. And but regardless, a lot of incredible news today. We have an amazing board viewer coming our way. So please feel free to give them your financial support, to give them a little bit more of a push towards the perfection of the product. It's absolutely free. They're not asking for any kind of money. But like I said, when the tool is made out there and it's really good, somebody has to pay for it. So that will be it for today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this was interesting. Maybe not necessarily entertaining, but definitely educating. And I'm glad that I'm able to share all this knowledge with you. hopefully the developer of this device right here gets plenty of orders, and so that way everybody's happy. We're finally going to be able to work on memory cards, memory sticks, whatever you want to call them, DIMMs. So, and once again, in hopes that the shortage for memory will hurt us slightly less than it already does. So that will be it. Goodbye.